Listen, before I even get started, I need you to do something for me real quick. If you're feeling this already, if you know this message is going to hit your soul, then hit that subscribe button right now. Don't wait. Don't be that person who just watches and then disappears. Now, we family now. Hit subscribe. Leave your comment down below. Let me know what part hit you the hardest. Because this ain't just a speech. This is a conversation. I'm talking to you, and I want to hear back from you. Now let's get into it. Some of you in this room, some of you watching this video right now, you've been letting doubt run your life for way too long. And I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to make you feel good for a few minutes and then let you walk out of here unchanged. I'm here to hold a mirror up to you and say the truth out loud. Doubt is killing your dreams. Doubt is robbing you of the future that belongs to you. Doubt is stealing from your family, stealing from your legacy, stealing from your life. And the crazy part, you're letting it. You're handing it the keys. Now I want you to think about this. How many times in your life did you already have the ability, already had the gift, already had the opportunity, but you stopped yourself before you even tried? Be real with yourself. You had the chance to apply for that job. You had the chance to start that business. You had the chance to speak up in that room. You had the chance to walk into that gym, but you said, nah, I'm not ready. And you know what? You lied because you were ready. You were more ready than you thought. The only thing you weren't ready to do was stop listening to the lies in your head. I've met so many people with incredible talent, people smarter than me, people with more resources than me, people with more connections than me. But guess what? They're broke, they're stuck, they're miserable. And you know why? Because they doubt themselves. They spend more time thinking about why it won't work than why it will. They spend more energy worrying about failure than preparing for success. And let me tell you, the mind is powerful. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't, your brain will find every single reason to back that up. You'll literally talk yourself out of your own destiny. But here's the truth that changed my life. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, hey, I see you doubting yourself. Let me carry you to success. No, the world doesn't work like that. You have to save yourself from yourself. You have to stop letting that doubt sit in the front row of your life. And the only way you do that is with action. Now let me give you a story. I remember the first time I had to stand up and speak in front of a crowd. My palms were sweaty, my voice was shaking, and I kept thinking, man, what if I mess up? What if they laugh at me? What if I'm not good enough? But here's the kicker. The only way to find out if I was good enough was to do it. The only way to find out if I belonged on that stage was to get on the stage. And the second I opened my mouth, the second I pushed through the fear, I realized something powerful. The doubt was a liar. The doubt wasn't protecting me. The doubt wasn't telling the truth. The doubt was just noise. And once I pushed past it, I discovered a strength I didn't even know I had. And that's the problem for a lot of you. You've never experienced your own strength because you've never pushed past the doubt. You've let it dictate your decisions. You've let it keep you comfortable. You've let it keep you small. But hear me loud and clear. Comfort and domination can live in the same house. You can either stay comfortable or you can dominate, but you cannot do both. You want to know the difference between people who win and people who lose? It's not It's not always talent. It's not always money. It's not even always connections. The biggest difference, winners believe they belong at the table. Losers don't. Winners walk in the room and say, I might not have everything figured out, but I belong here. Losers walk in the room and say, I don't deserve this. I'm not good enough. And you know what happens. Life gives you exactly what you believe. Let me give you another example. Think about some of the greatest athletes of all time. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Serena Williams, LeBron James. You think they never doubted themselves? Of course they did. But here's the difference. They didn't stay in doubt. When Jordan missed shots, he didn't go home and say, maybe I'm not a basketball player. No, he said, give me the ball again. When Kobe tore his Achilles, he didn't say, maybe it's time to quit. No, he walked back out on the court and hit his free throws. That's domination. Domination is not the absence of doubt. Domination is doing it anyway, even when doubt is screaming in your ear. And I know right now, somebody's sitting here thinking, but I failed before. I tried once and it didn't work. Let me be real with you. Failure is part of domination. You can't dominate without failing. You can't dominate without falling down. And the question isn't whether you're going to fail. The question is whether you're going to get back up. You think Thomas Edison got the light bulb right the first time? You think Steve Jobs got Apple right the first time? You think Oprah never heard? Now, come on. They failed. They got rejected. They doubted themselves, but they kept showing up. They kept moving. They kept dominating. So here's what I need you to do today. I need you to make a decision. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, right now. Decide that you're done with doubt. Decide that you're done letting fear dictate your future. Decide that from this moment on, you're going to dominate. And dominating doesn't mean you win every battle. Dominating means you show up every battle. Dominating means you step into the ring even when you're scared. Dominating means you put yourself in the game even when the odds are against you. Because here's the truth, your family's waiting for you to dominate. Your community is waiting for you to dominate. Your future self is waiting for you to dominate. But none of them can do it for you. It starts with you. And the only thing standing between you and domination is that voice in your head that keeps saying you can't. So I want you to do me a favor right now. I want you to say it out loud. I don't care if you're in your car, if you're at home, if you're in the gym, if you're watching on your phone. Say it out loud. I will stop doubting myself. I will start dominating. Say it again, louder. I will stop doubting myself. I will start dominating. Because sometimes the first step to shutting up that voice in your head is to drown it out with your own. This is your time. This is your season. Stop doubting. Start dominating. Let's get something straight right now. Domination is not a sometimes thing. Domination is not a mood. Domination is not a once in a while event. Domination is a lifestyle. And the reason some of you are stuck in doubt is because you treat domination like it's optional. You treat it like, if I feel good, I'll do it. If I'm motivated, I'll do it. If the situation is right, I'll do it. That's why you're stuck. That's why you're doubting. Because you've never made domination your default setting. Listen to me. Every single day, life is testing you. Every single day, life is asking you, do you really want this, or are you just talking? And the way life tests you is by giving you obstacles. It's by giving you problems. It's by putting you in situations where doubt screams louder than your dream. And if you don't learn how to silence that doubt with action, you will lose. You will stay stuck. You will keep wondering why nothing's changing. I need you to hear me. Domination is about consistency. Some of you work hard for 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, but the second it gets hard, the second the results don't show up right away, you quit. You start doubting yourself again. You start saying, maybe this isn't for me. And that's the lie. It is for you. You just didn't stay long enough to see the fruit of your labor. You planted the seed, but you didn't water it. You walked away. You gave up. Do you understand that everything great takes time? Do you understand that every person you admire right now, every person you call successful, had a season where nothing was working? They had a season where they questioned if it was even worth it. They had a season where they felt invisible. But the difference is they kept showing up. They kept moving. They didn't let doubt win. Think about it. The Wright brothers, everybody told them humans weren't meant to fly. Everybody laughed at them. They doubted them. And guess what? If they had listened, if they had believed the doubt, you wouldn't be on planes today. Amazon, Jeff Bezos started in a garage. People told him he was crazy, that online shopping would never work. Doubt was everywhere. But he kept showing up. He dominated. And now Amazon is everywhere. Let me ask you something. What if your dream is the next airplane? What if your dream is the next Amazon? What if your dream is the thing that changes the world, but you let doubt kill it before it even starts? How selfish is that? How selfish is it to let doubt keep you from giving the world the gift that only you can bring? And don't get it twisted. Domination doesn't mean you don't feel fear. Domination doesn't mean you never question yourself. Domination means you feel the fear, you hear the doubt, and you move anyway. Domination is action in the face of hesitation. Domination is saying, I'm scared, but I'm still going. I'm unsure, but I'm still moving. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm not waiting anymore. You know what's killing you? Waiting. You've been waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the right moment, waiting for all the stars to align. And while you're waiting, life is passing you by. Opportunities are passing you by. Time is passing you by. And one day you're going to look up and all you'll have left is regret. And regret is worse than failure. Regret is worse than losing. Regret is knowing you could have dominated, but you chose to doubt. I need you to get this. The graveyard is the richest place on earth. Why? Because it's full of dreams that never got lived. It's full of books that never got written, businesses that never got started, songs that never got sung. And you know what killed them? Doubt, fear, waiting. So I'm here to shake you up. I'm here to tell you the truth that maybe nobody else has told you. You're not stuck because you don't have talent. You're not stuck because you don't have resources. You're not stuck because you don't know the right people. You're stuck because you've been doubting yourself for too long. You've been living in hesitation. You've been waiting for permission that nobody's ever going to give you. You got to give yourself permission. You got to say, I'm enough. I'm ready. I may not have everything, but I have something. I have enough to start. That's how domination begins. And let me make it practical for you, because I know somebody's thinking, okay, this sounds good, but how do I actually do it? Here's how. You start with small wins. You stop breaking promises to yourself, because every time you say you're going to do something and you don't, you feed the doubt. You tell your brain, see, I can't trust myself, But every time you say you're going to do something and you do it, even if it's small, you build confidence. You build trust. You build momentum. And momentum is the enemy of doubt. Let me give you an example. You say you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. to work on your dream. The alarm goes off and doubt whispers, hit snooze. If you hit snooze, doubt wins. If you get up, you win. You just prove to yourself that you can trust you. That's domination. Or you say you're going to go to the gym 3 times this week. Tuesday comes, you're tired, you don't feel like it. Doubt whispers, skip it. If you skip, doubt wins. If you go anyway, you win. That's domination. And it's not about the gym. It's not about the alarm clock. It's about training your brain to stop bowing down to doubt. It's about teaching yourself that when you say something, you mean it. That's where domination starts. See, a lot of you are waiting for the big moment to prove yourself. You're waiting for the championship game, the $1 million deal, the big stage. But domination starts in the small stuff. Domination starts in the unseen. Domination starts when nobody's clapping, when nobody's watching, when nobody cares. That's where you build the muscle to stop doubting. And when the big moment comes, you'll already know who you are. Now let me say this. Some of you are doubting yourself because you're comparing yourself to everybody else. You're scrolling through social media, looking at what everybody else is doing. And you're saying, I'm not them. I don't have what they have. I don't look like that. I don't move like that. And you're right. You're not them. You're wow you. And that's the point. The world doesn't need another them. The world needs you. But as long as you keep doubting yourself because you're trying to be someone else, you'll never dominate. Comparison is poison. Stop looking at their lane. Stop looking at their race. Stop measuring your chapter 1 against their chapter 20. Focus on your path. Dominate your lane. Run your race. And when you do that, you'll realize you had everything you needed the whole time. So let me wrap this part up by telling you this. Domination is a choice. It's not a gift. It's not something you're born with. It's a decision you make every single day to believe in yourself more than you believe in your doubt. It's the decision to show up when it's hard. It's the decision to keep going when it doesn't make sense. It's the decision to stop waiting and start moving. And the moment you make that decision, the moment you say, enough is enough. I'm done doubting. That's the moment everything changes. Because the world doesn't move for people who wait. The world moves for people who dominate. Stop doubting yourself. Start dominating. Final climax, Eric Thomas fire, straight to the audience. No YouTube shout outs. Just raw passion, sus call to action. Now let me tell you something right now. And I need you to really let this sink in. The difference between living an average life and living a life of domination is not talent. It's not luck. It's not who your parents are, where you were born, or what school you went to. It's how you see yourself. It's whether you let doubt dictate your moves or you step up and claim what's yours. And I'm going to be real with you. Some of you in this room, some of you watching me right now, you've been walking around like a prisoner. You've been locked up, not by chains, not by bars, but by your own thoughts. Your mind has become the jail cell, and doubt is the warden. And every single time you try to step out, every single time you try to grow, doubt yells, sit back down, and you listen. You obey. You go right back to living small, to living scared, to living average. And I'm here to tell you that's over. That ends tonight. Because listen, you can't dominate if you're still living like a prisoner. You can't dominate if you're still shackled by doubt. You've got to break free. And breaking free doesn't mean the doubt disappears. No, it means you stop letting it control you. It means you take the keys back. It means you step out of that cell and say, I'm free. I'm walking into my purpose. I'm walking into my destiny. And I don't care what doubt says anymore. Now let me be practical. Some of you keep doubting yourself because you're trying to do it all alone. You're carrying the weight of the world on your back. And when it gets heavy, you crumble, and then doubt whispers, see, you can't handle it. But domination isn't about isolation. Domination is about building a team, surrounding yourself with people who remind you of who you are when you forget. People who push you when you slow down. People who see the greatness in you even when you don't. I remember when I almost quit. Yeah, me. There was a season where nothing was working. Doors were closing. Bills were piling up. And doubt was screaming in my ear louder than ever. And you know what kept me from quitting? I had people in my corner who refused to let me stop. They said, nah, you've come too far. You've got too much in you. We're not letting you give up. And that's why I'm standing here today. Not because I never doubted. Not because I never wanted to quit. But because I refuse to let doubt win. You need those people in your life. You need accountability. You need voices louder than your doubt. But let me also tell you this. Sometimes you don't have that. Sometimes you look around and it's just you. And in those moments, you've got to learn how to be your own coach. You've got to learn how to encourage yourself. You've got to learn how to speak life into your own situation. You got to wake up, look in the mirror and say, I don't care how I feel. I don't care what the circumstances look like. I was born to dominate because domination is not about feelings. Domination is about decisions. If you live your life by feelings, you will always lose because feelings change. Feelings lie. One day you feel motivated. The next day you don't. One day you feel confident. The next day you're doubting everything. But domination means you keep moving regardless of how you feel. Domination means discipline over doubt. Domination means principle over panic. And listen, I know some of you are tired. I know some of you have been fighting for a long time. I know some of you are saying, man, I hear you, but I've been trying and it's not working. I get it. But here's what you don't realize. The breakthrough might be one step away. The blessing might be one more move away. The domination you've been waiting for might be just on the other side of your persistence. But you'll never see it if you quit now. You'll never see it if you let doubt convince you to stop. You've got to keep swinging. You've got to keep fighting. You've got to keep showing up because domination is not about winning one battle. Domination is about winning the war. And wars are not won in a day. Wars are won through consistency, through resilience, through the refusal to surrender. Let me make it plain. A lion doesn't doubt whether he's the king of the jungle. A lion doesn't wake up in the morning wondering if he has what it takes. He just is. He moves like it. He acts like it. He hunts like it. He dominates. And you've got to start living like that. You've got to wake up every morning and move like a lion. Not questioning, not hesitating, not doubting, just dominating. Because here's the truth, doubt is always going to show up. Fear is always going to whisper. But domination means you've trained yourself to move anyway. Domination means you've built a mindset that says, I don't care what the storm looks like. I don't care what the challenge feels like. I don't care how big the obstacle is. I will not be stopped. That's domination. So I need you to do something radical. I need you to stop waiting for confidence and start creating it. Confidence is not something you get before you move. Confidence is something you build while you move. You don't become confident by sitting still, thinking about it. You become confident by stepping into the fire, by putting in the work, by taking the risk. Confidence is earned through action. And the more you act, the less room doubt has to live. Let me remind you, the world is not going to remember the people who doubted. The world is going to remember the people who dominated. History doesn't celebrate hesitation. History celebrates boldness. And you've got a choice to make. Are you going to live a life that people forget the moment you're gone? Or are you going to live a life that dominates so hard that generations talk about you? And this isn't just about you. This is about your kids. This is about your family. This is about everybody connected to you. Because when you dominate, you create a legacy. When you dominate, you show the next generation what's possible. But when you doubt, you pass that down too. You teach them to be afraid. You teach them to play small. And I don't know about you, but I refuse to pass down doubt. I refuse to pass down fear. I'm passing down domination. I'm passing down belief. I'm passing down a blueprint of resilience, of strength, of courage. So here's the challenge I'm leaving you with. Tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to write down every single area in your life where you've been doubting yourself. Be honest. Write it down. And then I want you to make a decision for each one. Am I going to keep doubting or am I going to start dominating? And when you wake up tomorrow, I want you to take one action, not 10, just one. That moves you from doubt to domination. And the next day another. And the next day another. And if you do that long enough, I promise you, doubt won't even recognize you anymore. Because domination is not a one-time event. Domination is a lifestyle. And once you taste it, once you feel it, once you experience what it's like to live free from doubt, you'll never go back. You'll never settle. You'll never accept average again. So I'm telling you with every ounce of passion in my body, stop doubting yourself. Start dominating. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. This is your season. This is your moment. The world is waiting for you to show up. The question is, will you?